Hi guys, I thought I will film an update. How about that? First we will do a little room tour, then I will tell you a little bit about my life at the hospital, and then I will tell you a little bit about my new role as a mother. I'm very excited. Since I got a very rare occasion that I'm in my room alone, so the person who was here before is gone, they just cleaned the room, and I'm expecting there will be someone new very soon. So I was like, I need to pick up my camera and do a little update. Since I've been in this hospital already for a few days. This hospital, we've been in another hospital before. The hospital where I actually gave birth, and they transferred us here. And it's been a while now, so this is my new home. Welcome. Room tour first. So this hotel room in the Krankenhaus in the hospital is a bit bigger than in the other hospital. This is the bathroom, shower. This is my part. Whoever comes will be here. I find like this setup is not so good for storing things. Also here, I don't have a table or anything, but it's good enough. This is the entrance. This is the changing area. This is for the nurses, this is for my baby, and this is for the baby who will come. Here we have like a station to disinfect hands. Here to disinfect the thermometer. There is a lamp with heat. Uh-oh, baby's crying, room tour has to wait. The moment I get to the baby's not crying. We can continue with the room tour. I'm just gonna stay by the baby and just show you around. So this is a bed for the person who will come. She also gets a chair, and she has a wardrobe for her stuff over there, for her things over there. And this is the bed. There's a lion. This is my side of the room. I actually had a choice. I was asked if I want to be next to the wardrobe or next to the window, and I chose the wardrobe, of course, and I love it. So this is my bed, pillow, blanket, the bed can fold. And this I rented, so this hospital wrote me a prescription, and the next day the company brought me this breast pump, and I may use it for 12 weeks. Then I have a wardrobe with all my stuff, being some protein bars, some nuts and food, blueberries, painkillers. What else do we have? A ginger shot, breast pads, power bank, some cosmetics, hair dryer, jacket, bathrobe, more snacks actually. So I have some fruit, I have some nuts, I have some muesli if I want, I have some more nuts, I have some mango, more nuts, Coke Zero. I was really craving Coke when I was pregnant, but not anymore, so it's been just sitting here. Here I have a Sudoku, and here I have a book that I'm currently reading. And here I have a folder from the hospital where I was supposed to give birth, but they sent me away, and they called another hospital where I went to give birth, and then they sent me away, and I'm here at the third hospital. Crazy. Here's the bathroom. Oh, we've been here before, so I guess room tour's done. So my daily life at this hospital looks like this, that I, of course, take care of the baby. I got a list, and I have to write every day what time I'm feeding the baby, how much mutamel, so breast milk I give, and how much formula, because for NICU mothers, it's not easy to get a milk basically. Maybe because you're separated from the baby, or maybe because your baby's unwell. Sorry, she's sneezing. Sometimes when she's sneezing and we just ate some food, she has milky coming, but it's okay. No milky. You gonna sleep? She's wide awake now. You can sleep, baby. Let's see if that works. So it was difficult for me to get milk. Also, you have to pump milk every 3 hours. And obviously I was with her, and somehow in my head I had to do skin to skin to help her go through whatever she was going through. So I was sometimes sitting there for hours, especially at night when my partner was at home, and I didn't pump, and that also made my milk supply a bit difficult. I have to support with formula 25-20 of my milk, and then we had to finish the feed with formula. Thank God somebody invented it. I heard, I don't know if it's true, probably it is, because why not? It just seems weird because we are like nowadays we have formula, but like there were people hired by hospitals, women who would feed the baby if the mother couldn't. Just like give them the baby and they feed the baby, and because you know feeding works, if you keep pumping or breastfeeding, the milk is just there. So they were like, they constantly had milk. They were like milking pros. I still need to learn a lot. I still have a little pain. She still cannot latch, so I cannot breastfeed because she also cannot latch. Lots of learning. Still need to, like, I have these leaky pads because I didn't know that they leak. And then, you know, I have one shirt. Who makes breastfeeding shirts? It's literally for breastfeeding because you have these attachments that can open basically the breast, and they made it from such material that one drop of milk and you can see that it's dirty. And I was walking around with flipping milk circles, but luckily I'm at the hospital where we all have children. We all just gave birth, so I think nobody was judging me. I hope so. I would definitely judge, but just saying. Then I also have to write down every time I change her diaper, and I have to write down what was inside the diaper. I also have to measure the temperature and write it down. So full-time job from just paperwork. Then I also have a list with stickers that I put on the bottle, and it says the name of the baby, when I put the milk in there and what time. And then I have to take it to the milk kitchen. It's literally called Milchküche, so milk kitchen, and they put it in the fridge and then they reheat it, and when it's feeding time, we feed the baby. And that's my new daily reality. Pumping every 3 hours, feeding the baby every 3 hours, changing the baby every 3 hours, documenting it every 3 hours. When there was a person there on this other bed, she left today. I'm here. I'm here. It's my full-time stay, but people come and go. Jesus. Imagine this. If you have all these tasks that I just said, and you have to do them every 3 hours, it takes you some time to do it, right? Maybe feeding half an hour, changing 20 minutes. You have to go back and forth between Milchküche to get milk, to tell them that you need to pump or whatever. So it takes you 1.5 hours, and sometimes you finish and you're like, okay, it's like random hour 4:30. I have 1.5 hours to sleep. You turn off the light, the other baby starts crying, and then the other mother is doing all this. So basically, I get very little sleep, but I still get way more sleep than I did at the other hospital, because at the other hospital I was just sitting with her on my chest. Kotku, kto tam płacze, kotku? Kto tam płacze? Moje piękne kotki. And I'm back. So I was basically just sitting with the baby, and I didn't want to hurt her, and I was like really on edge. I just gave birth, and obviously this is not experience you want to be having, and I didn't sleep at all. Here, if I get half an hour, 1 hour, I'm really glad that I actually do. Then my partner comes in the mornings. He stays usually until like 5, 6, sometimes later. Today until 2, because it's he wants to do some stuff for the house. The house is not finished, and we have a baby, and what do we do? And yeah, when he comes, I shower, we go for breakfast. Then he does all the feeding and the diapering, and I just talk to him because obviously I don't talk to anyone the whole day, so then he's doing all this and I'm like blah 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 blah. Then we go for lunch, and that's it. But I wanted to talk about one more thing. Both my pregnancy and my birth were far from perfect, far from what I would wish for, and far from what I thought it's gonna be. Pregnancy was just difficult. I was tired, I was in pain. I don't know how to describe it. Traumatic experience. I guess that's a good way to describe it. And yet, you know, it was all worth it. My sister asked me today if I would get pregnant again if I knew all of this is gonna happen, and I was like 1000%. It was all worth it. And I also talked to her and my mom today. I'm actually grateful for this experience and for this experience being so hard, because I feel like I appreciate, I don't know why I said it like that. Forget it, I'm tired. I run on no sleep. I appreciate this, having this experience. I appreciate all the small things, the improvements, and I feel like I just realized like she's such a little precious bundle of joy, you know? And probably normal parents also feel that. I just feel it times 1000, and my partner feels it times 1000, because we feared for her life, and she's still alive. She will be okay. She's doing so good and better every day. Of course, I will not discuss her health online. You know, she was born prematurely. She was born on week 35 plus 0. You can Google it, but most premature babies have similar problems. And she also has some of those very common problems. Yeah, we still have to stay here. I don't know, I heard different things. So some of the doctors said like, yeah, you can let the baby out when it's 36 plus 0. But if the baby's not doing okay, you have to stay longer. But if the baby's doing better, you can let her out early. And now, after being here for so long, I don't know what's true. Some doctors also say like you have to keep the baby in the hospital until it's full term. So I was supposed to give birth in a few weeks. I hope I don't have to stay here a few more weeks. Yeah, I hope we can go home soon. But I have to say I really appreciate it. And I also grateful that we had the time at the hospital with nurses. These nurses are amazing. There is every 8 hours or so, there is a shift change. And I had, I don't know how many different nurses responsible for me. So they're responsible for the baby for the shift. So maybe I had like 7, 8 different nurses so far, because I get one also today in the morning. I had the same nurse that I had 3 days ago and 5 days ago and whatever, or 5, 10 changes ago, you know, like the shift changes ago. So I get one many times, and you really get to know them, and they get to know you, and they teach you. And they taught me so much, how to lift the baby, how to handle the baby, how to see the cues. I discussed some ideas with them, like, oh, how can I teach her this? Or how can I burp her? Oh, what about this? They were so supportive, and you know, they're really good people. You can see that they love what they do. There's only one that I think doesn't know what she does. Actually, she's on the shift right now. I think I have her for like third time. And so all the others are amazing, kind, warm. They always ask if there's something they can help me with, if I have questions. I have so much respect for them, and actually I envy them. Imagine having a job that you love, but love with capital letters, Love, love. And you're helping people, and they are so supportive, and they make me feel good about being here, that my baby is taken care of, and I feel so confident in them, and I feel so much better. I know she'll be okay. You know, the first 2 days could be scary. It's still scary, but like I know it will be okay. I'm mourning a bit what my postpartum and first days with the baby could have been, what normal could have looked like. Like, you stay in the hospital for 3 days. For the 3 days, you have the baby by you by your bed in your room. And I'm talking about normal. Then you take the baby home, and the baby goes to a new environment, and you learn this new reality with the baby. While I didn't see the baby until hours after she was born. She was taken to this NICU where she was like with 2 other babies. The monitors were constantly beeping. You see the number go down, and there is an alert. People like run in and run out, and the tubes, and you can see that it's hurting her. And you can't do anything because without the tubes, she will not breathe. With the tubes, hurting is better. And also all the blood drawing that she had. We see that it hurts, but she needs this done. It's a lot of mixed emotions. Also, like, she needs the parents, but we cannot be there for her because we have I had another room. My partner didn't get a room at all. He got for one night. He stayed one night at the other hospital. Yeah, so a totally different experience, right? Some mothers just learn how to pick their baby up in the first days. I learned how to disconnect her from the things safely, how to pick her up so that the cable doesn't catch somewhere. It's a different kind of experience that I'm having. Other people learn how to put baby clothes on. I'm learning how to wrap the oxygen around her foot, or how to put the little sleeve over her little thing for infusion. It's like an extra finger here that goes into, I don't know what it's called. In Poland it's called venflon. You put it in when you go to the hospital, you get one here or here, and it just stays there. So for the baby, imagine you have to put like her hand through a sleeve, and there's this thing. Terrifying. I learned how to do it in the end. But my partner, for example, because he doesn't get so many opportunities to change her, he's scared of hurting her, so he asks me to do it, because I already know how to do it. So we are not risking hurting her. I do it for him. Also, all the blood drawing and stuff, not nice. You don't want to see your baby in pain. But I have to say, if I gave birth to this baby with the pregnancy and the birth that I had 200 years ago, I would be dead. She would be dead. With today's medicine, I am alive, she's alive, and we're gonna be fine. And I think that's amazing. I think I finished here because I'm gonna start crying. I didn't sleep, as I said, so no crying today. Thank you for watching. Bye.